Cars studio, you're listening to 1230 WBZT, an iHeartRadio station.
The thoughts and opinions expressed are those of the sponsors and don't necessarily reflect those of this station or iHeartMedia.
The home of the Rainbow Bagel, My Delicious Deli brings you home cooking with a Remember When deli dining experience. Located in central Boca Raton, My Delicious Deli prepares all of their food with the freshest of ingredients, cooked to order. From a light nosh and soups to omelets and full entrees, choose from low-fat and gluten-free, or indulge in one of My Delicious Deli's signature deli sandwiches. Bring your family and friends to dine in and take out. Open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to go, or for all of your catering needs. Visit them at mydeliciousdeli.com or call them at 561-393-3287. There's something for everyone at My Delicious Deli, 7036 West Palmetto Road in Boca Raton, 561-393-3287. Well, it's noontime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Don and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream-making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 1-800-889-0267 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddie S. get your happy juices flowing.
Happy Thursday. We are on.
We are on. Are you
we on?
We're on.
Good afternoon, South Florida. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. And I'm a mess here because Gio is destroying my work area.
We have a full set today.
We do.
Know what today is? It is the official launch of our Wish Studio. It is a Thankful Thursday at the Brooklyn Cafe.
The official launch of what?
Wish Studio. Oh. We are now the Brooklyn Cafe DBA Wish Studio.
DBA?
DBA. So when everyone starts looking for a DBA, it doesn't really exist anywhere but in my head. But it works much better that way. No legal papers, no attorneys. Wish Studio. Carol likes that.
Carrie, you like that?
I do.
And Freddie's going to make me a new wand.
What?
We're going to have a wand contest.
You know, I got to tell you something.
Jane has a new duck for me, and Freddie's going to make me a new magic wand.
If you ever want to do something that you don't want anybody to know,
just tell me you don't want anyone to know.
I said to you, you know, you take things out of context. Anyway,
it's a surprise.
We're going to move on. I'm not going to say nothing.
We are live streaming on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe. You can also find us on Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe. Send us a message on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, hashtag the Brooklyn Cafe. Or you can listen to us on your iHeartRadio app or radio 1230 AM. WBZT.
I'm not saying that.
I'm waiting for you to chit-chat with us.
I'm not funny enough.
I'm setting you up. Are you good?
Not funny enough.
Are you good? And I want to just give a reminder that Rails Jewish Family Services Food Pantry has food to give out. You do not even need to qualify. If you have an organization that needs food, they have these lentil casseroles that was for children. Feed the families. Everyone counts.
Hold it.
They also have pallets.
Wait a minute. You're going to tell me that food is still there?
That food is still there until I hear otherwise.
You know, this is craziness. What's the number?
561-852-3369 is the food pantry, or Rails Jewish Family Services as a whole.
I gotta tell you something. If you don't call today that number and pick up this food, I'm gonna get upset.
It's 561-852-3333. Their food pantry is in Delray. They have pallets of matzah. They have pallets of gefilte fish. They've got pallets of matzah farfel. It will feed the hungry. We can feed a nation. It is there to be picked up and brought to those who are in need. So give them a call or give us a call at 800-889-0267. The food pantries in Delray, and it's very easily accessible.
That's right. And if you guys don't call and pick this food up, I'm going to really get
Freddie's
mad.
going to be eating a lot of lentil
I'm going to have
casserole.
Donald Trump sit on studio for you. Okay? I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back.
Give us a call with any questions, 561-852-3333. We have a full set today.
Full set today. We have a full set everything.
We are Lots of chairs today. We've got Giovanni, our executive producer, lots of equipment and cameras. We've got Dr. Acevedo, we've got Dr. Garzon, we've got Tenon Hospital Physician Group, we've got caring people, and Jane and Stacy, and we're just growing and going.
And then we have a second hour today.
And then we have a second hour. That's just our first hour.
What are we doing in the second
We're
hour?
in extended lunch. We've got Stephanie Gross coming back from Move Through Yoga,
Okay.
and I think she's looking on a special guest to bring with
We
her.
still
so
don't know, do
we
we?
do not know. You know, when you go live and people have other commitments and things that come up, sometimes things change. So our second guest is TBD, to be determined. DBA, TBD,
Okay.
TCA. How's that for a segue, Doc? You like that?
Now, you know, I'm very nervous because David Lupino, a good friend of the show, is sitting in the studio with us, and he brought a doctor who deals with the heart, yes?
Stroke. He's
Strokes.
a neurologist.
And
Brain.
he keeps getting phone calls.
Your brain.
He keeps getting phone calls about people having strokes, and this guy may be running out of here.
We're going to start our first segment with Dr. Paul Acevedo. Thank you very much for joining us. David, thank you for bringing.
Thanks for having us.
We just need to get Dr. Acevedo closer to the mic. Have some fun.
Talking to the mic, Doc.
Good. And we got David in front of the mic, and then we'll do a second segment. If you want to hear if Carol had any questions, those headsets in front of you, you can put in your ear. If not, we'll just have some fun. So, David,
Nice.
you want to introduce Dr. Acevedo?
Sure, Dr. Paul Acevedo is here with us. He's a neurologist at the Palm Beach Neuroscience Institute and also St. Mary's Medical Center, Good Samaritan Medical Center, specializes in, he's going to tell you about stroke, neurocritical care, and neuroimaging as well. And we're lucky to have him. I'm glad he can make it on the show for, just after May was Stroke Awareness Month, so we're into June, but
Just barely.
it's still something to be aware about.
It's always something to be aware about. In neurology, the field of neurology has grown. You think of a neurologist as someone you see your EEGs for, you go and you've got a headache, things going on with your brain, but you have a niche, a market that you've worked with, and you've grown tremendously in Palm Beach County.
Yeah, thank you very much, first of all, for having us. It's great to be able to get out of the hospital and speak with the community and spread the word about stroke awareness and really the silent enemies that can always follow us around. Stroke is still there. It's one of the leading causes of morbidity and mortality in the United States, and it's something that even though the population changed down to here in South Florida and people go up to the north and then come back down at different parts at different times of the year, these risk factors follow them, and we really have to learn to identify them and do what we can to prevent. A lot of stroke is preventable, and that's where a lot of our efforts are now these days.
So what are some of the risk factors to be looking for?
Well, I like to call them the silent enemies, the silent risk factors, which are similar to those for cardiac disease, for heart disease. So you've got blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, dyslipidemia, and bad behaviors like alcohol or tobacco use or substance abuse, as well as some genetic components as well. Also obesity and even obstructive sleep apnea, that newly found risk factor for many other comorbidities is really something that should be considered. So a lot of these components, if you look at them in an isolated way, are very reversible, and we can do a lot to prevent stroke even before it happens.
So how can we prevent stroke? Because a lot of that, we talk about metabolic syndrome, and we've got people that are walking around with not one of those, but multiple, because I call them metabolic man. Because one begets the next, and it just grows. And you've got diabetes, there obesity that leads to the type 2, that leads to high blood pressure, that leads to something else, and then you're on a litany of medications.
That's a very good point, and I think that this generation in the United States, and we hear it all over the news, and I've heard it in different areas, that this next generation is a generation that may live a little bit less longer than the previous generations, and that's something that we really want to pull away from, and we can change that. We have the power to change these things, but this power to change it's a non-headlining power that has to happen every day, and it starts with the choices that we have every day with our food, with our lifestyle habits, and with following up with our physicians, with your doctors in the community to make sure that you check what that hemoglobin A1C is, that diabetic marker, the thyroid, see what your body mass index is, make sure that you're staying away from tobacco and other lifestyles that are less convenient. So by preventing these risk factors, we can really change the impact of stroke. And unfortunately, we still see people coming into the emergency room, and there's something that I've learned after almost being 10 years here in West Palm, is that you never, and I've heard this on a show, but I like to say it, you never really know what's going to come through those emergency doors. There are many, many various and bizarre cases that we see, but most of them, unfortunately, are straightforward impact of risk factors over time. So we really want to be able to put out a message to change those risk factors.
How does thyroid disease affect stroke as a risk factor?
So thyroid disease can affect stroke directly as well as indirectly because it can change the whole metabolism of the body, cause changes in cholesterol management and electrolyte management, and it can increase changes in the heart's ability to pump correctly over time. And if it gets really bad, it can also cause a lot of other problems.
Because that's something I don't think people realize or think about. And thyroid disease is rampant in women. And you can be thin, you can be small, you don't have to have those other factors. I mean, you may have high cholesterol and not know it, but it doesn't mean you're going to be obese, high blood pressure. You can just have Hashimoto's, you can have hyperthyroidism and be quite thin and not think you've got any of these risk factors.
So that's a very good point. And thyroid disease doesn't have to manifest like you would typically think, like you were saying, with a low thyroid, with the battery running low, classically we would say. But thyroid disease can also be manifested through even minimal psychiatric changes, changes in sleep, headaches, things with mild changes with changes of blood pressure and standing and sitting and things like that. So it can be kind of dubious to pin down, but that all those problems of having those questions really are solved when you get to your primary physician, you speak with him, you describe the symptoms, and you do your checkups, and you look at your thyroid tests and look at the different components that are there.
And we're in Stroke Awareness Month. As David mentioned, it was in May, and it's been all over the news. And they're looking at the acronym FAST. Is that something you go by?
We certainly do. I think I think cardiology and cardiologists had a great idea when they defined they used the terminology of heart attack. Everybody understands in the United States what heart attack is and what we have to do. Drop everything, put down the cup of coffee, call 911, and let's go. We've kind of had some problems really defining what the best verbiage is to really get out to the community, what we should do and how we should call it. Should we call it brain attack? Should we call it a stroke alert? What should we do? And I think that if we realize that it's also what we call end organ damage, it's damage to brain, and the brain has much less reserve than the heart does to sustain itself, to survive from ischemia, from lack of adequate oxygen and blood flow to the brain. It's irreversible damage after a few minutes. So if we realize that a brain attack is very similar to a heart attack, we can really respond very well and very quickly.
What are the symptoms that we're looking for?
When you say fast, you're absolutely right. So that facial changing or asymmetry of the face, when you have one side of the face that droops or there's a sensation that is different in the face, when the arm gets weak, or when speech is different. So FAS, and then the T is recognizing that time is of the essence. And I really want to stress time because so many times I hear members of the community that are moms or grandmothers or dads that have been working for their families and trying to get things going in the household and sustaining the household. They don't want to bother anybody, and so they really would resist to go to the hospital and try to just say something like, well, I feel a little weak in my arm. Maybe if I go to bed tonight, I'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be better. That really can be a problem because then we really lose any advantage that we could have against preventing the worsening of stroke symptoms, which is time. So time is truly of the essence in stroke management.
That so resonates with everything. A couple months ago, Freddie was very sick. And what did he do the first night? He went to bed. And he said, let me see how I feel in the morning. Well, by the morning, he ended up in ICU for 5 days. And it was a diabetes complication. So you're talking about time of an essence with so many critical diseases as metabolic disease and stroke. You're right, people think of heart attack as, we know what it is that crushing chest pain you think. Women present even differently than that. But for stroke and the brain ischemia, you're looking for FAST, face, arms, speech, and time. Time is of an essence.
Well, nobody wants to say I'm having a heart attack.
No, but
so
you need to go.
Hold on a second. The first thing that runs through your mind is it's going to pass.
Yeah, of course.
And then it gets worse. And you say, okay, so there's the old saying, it's worse before it gets better. So I said, okay, it's going to get better. The only thing is that it got so bad that I had to go. I couldn't take it. But I think that the scary part about this whole deal is that when it happens to you, you are the first one to find every excuse in the world to say it's not happening. This ain't happening to me. This don't happen to me. It happens to the other guy, not me. I just have a little gas, or something's not going right, and then everything starts to get foggy and things start to change. And by the time you know it, you lose that time.
And I think it's a great point that we're bringing up here is that desire that things, or that hope that things will pass, and that kind of concept we have is to suit up and grin and bear it, kind of endure the situation. And I think that's precisely what our body is asking us not to do. And so I would encourage that we continue a message to the community of perhaps in high schools or the younger members of our society to also be aware, to keep an eye on those that have been there, providing for them, providing that safe environment at home. And if there's something that's off, regardless of what they might think, they should probably seek medical attention. I think that's a great point to really push even further. I don't think that we're winning the battle if all the doctors in their white coats stay inside the hospital. I think that the more that we can get out and spread a common, not a message, but we have a common understanding of how we can prevent complications in healthcare outside of the hospitals before we even have to go there, we're probably better off over time.
If we can educate, that's why Lunch and Learns are so important, to get the information out. By David bringing Dr. Acevedo on, is so important to get the information out. Can you stay for our next segment? We need to go to a quick commercial break.
I will certainly hope so. If not, I'm going to have to pop out, but I could certainly come back.
All right, you can if he has to pop out, you can reach Dr. Acevedo at 561-882-6214. He is with Palm Beach Neuroscience Institute. We're going to take a quick break. Give us a call at 800-889-0267. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
For over 35 years, Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services has been serving residents of Boca Raton, Delray Beach, and Highland Beach through their comprehensive range of programs and services for people of all ages and beliefs. Whether you need help with food, financial assistance, senior services for yourself or a loved one, affordable counseling and mental health service, career and employment services, or their Center for Families and Children, JFS is here for you. Please call JFS at 561-852-3333 or railsjfs.org. Call 561-852-3333. The Custom Fitness Institute is a private fitness studio offering personal training and partner training programs to fit your schedule. CFI has created a premium workout environment fit for every fitness level. From beginners to competitive athletes, their welcoming facility and certified fitness professionals are there to design a custom program to help you achieve your goals efficiently, safely, and effectively. CFI also offers nutritional evaluations, physical assessments, and movement assessments. Give them a call today to schedule your free consultation. 954-999-8458. The Custom Fitness Institute can help you get your health and fitness journey started or bring your current fitness level to new heights. Call the Custom Fitness Institute today. 954-999-8458. Kathy Mila, Mindset Navigator, is your guide to help free you from your story and co-create your sequel. Kathy is an author, speaker, and mindset coach. Her latest program, Living Beyond, will support you in creating awareness and choosing your action steps to help you live beyond your current circumstances instead of living through them. From online programs, monthly masterminds, or an individualized mindset shift, give Kathy a call to create your sequel at 954-947-7529. Kathy will help guide you out of your stuckness and help create your new reality through the choices you make. To learn more, visit Kathy at kathymela.com. That's kathymela.com. Call 954-947-7529 or on Facebook at Kathy Mela, the Mindset Navigator. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Like all these high schools.
Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe, DBA Wish Studios.
You want to tell those doctors back there where I'm here?
It's not the doctors, it's Jane from Caring People.
Hey, Jane.
We're on air. We are live streaming on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe, and we are live streaming on Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe. You can send us a message on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. A message, hashtag the Brooklyn Cafe, or give us a call at 800-889-0267. We Jane from Caring People had a very great segue for us. We're doing from head to foot today. So we're starting with the head. We've got Dr. Paul Acevedo from Palm Beach Neuroscience Institute with us, talking about stroke prevention. May was Stroke Awareness Month. Fast, face, arm, speech, and time. Time is of the essence when you're dealing with anything critical. Let's touch base again on the positive side
Hold on a second.
of time.
Before you get over that, I want people to know that they can write in to our social media page
Yes.
because we are actually trying something new.
Monitoring the comments on Periscope.
Yep. So we have you can do Periscope, you can do Facebook. What else can you do?
Send us a message. Any
YouTube.
questions?
Because a lot of people don't like calling in. A lot of people like writing. This is the
The
world
millennial
of
generation.
the world of fingers.
So write in, send us a
So
message.
you can write in and we'll post your comments, questions, whatever you have going for that. All right, now.
Now, let's go on the positive side. Time is of an essence. They come in, they see you, they're having symptoms, they go to the ER, and
So I think it's a very exciting time in stroke medicine because, quite frankly, I have never been part of an area in medicine in the years that I've been in this field where we have so much impact on somebody's life in a matter of minutes or even a few seconds. There was a medication that was started to be administered in the 1990s, which is TPA, the clot buster medication that was given for many years, and we thought that if a patient could qualify for that, then there would be a great result, or potentially that there would be some improvement of the outcome if you group a lot of patients together over time. And that's fine, but quite frankly, we see that that medication is a very good idea, but there is so much more beyond TPA. So there's a lot of management in stroke care that can involve these cases with TPA, but also actual physical removal of the clot, almost like with a small little micro corkscrew that can go up into the brain. And in the comprehensive stroke centers like Delray Medical Center, like St. Mary's Medical Center, like Florida FMC, they can remove those clots, and there can be extraordinary results in stroke care nowadays. Even the interventions that were done at St. Mary's 6 or 7 years ago used technology that we no longer use anymore. And one of my colleagues, Dr. Malik, uses completely different technologies in the majority of the cases. So there's this tremendous evolution and progress in stroke care, which is showing such a wonderful outcome in patients that before would not have even a possibility for potential improvement. And so it's a very incredible time. It's very exciting. And plus, if you add on the stroke awareness that is much more prevalent in the community and stroke support groups that we also have at St. Mary's and other centers, the life experience of patients and stroke victims after stroke has really changed, and the impact is much less. And hopefully we can continue to improve. But it
it's all
starts
good
with
news.
education.
It starts with education. That's what it is. Let's get the information out early. People understand what's going on. You also work with Beyond Stroke at the Neuroscience Center. What else do you do there?
Right at the Palm Beach Neuroscience Institute. It's on Village and Palm Beach Lakes here in West Palm Beach. And we're affiliated with several hospitals, but that's where you can see different neurologists, not only for stroke care, but also for Parkinson's disease. There's a fellowship-trained Parkinson's specialist, movement disorder specialist. There's neuromuscular specialists. There are epileptologists. It has its own MRI scan, et cetera. So really, it's kind of a hub for furthering information and understanding about not only stroke patients, but also other neurological disorders as well.
It is truly amazing how much can go wrong with the body, but it always fascinates me how the body can heal itself.
Yes,
When it goes back to what it does with time, it's back to time. The body can heal. We did that. Remember, we did the Stem Cell Summit a few months ago.
How can I forget that?
4 days covering the World Regenerative Stem
Nobody
Cells.
forgets that.
But the body does heal itself, whether with an injectable or time or treatment or removing of a clot. It just takes time. It's
You can
amazing
get a
what the body can
splinter
do.
and never take it out, and you wait long enough, and it pops out.
Maybe.
The body pushes it. It's true. It's happened to me. It's another story. Listen, Doc, I have another question for you. Among Hispanics, and I always bring this question up because David has been kind enough, Attendant Hospital has been kind enough to work with us in another show that we do on NN, and we're tossing around the idea of Hispanic doctors doing a show in Spanish, because the information that you're giving us today, which is very valuable, among the Hispanic community, seems to have lost its way. We're not as strong educational-wise among Hispanics. Now, Miami is a different animal because a lot of Cubans and they're a little bit more educated, especially political. But among Hispanics, do you see a rise in heart disease in what you're talking about, because the education is not there. I mean, in my family, when you have a heart attack, you go to the back, you have a shot of whiskey, and you wait.
You turn on the TV and time is done.
No, that's how you babysit Alzheimer's. That's a different animal. But has it gotten worse?
Yes, I think that there's several populations that are a little bit more at risk as time goes by, and they're beginning to be identified. I think that the African American population, as well
Get that right
as
closer to your mouth, Doc.
the African American population, as well as the Hispanic population, there are risk factors that are more impressive or more significant in the Hispanic population, but there are still those silent metabolic risk factors such as high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and a significant risk of also having hemorrhages in the brain over time. Hispanics, and I include myself in that population. We really have to remember to following up with our physician, our primary care physician, and following the recommendations. We just are so tied to our cultures and the way we've eaten before, and our lifestyles and all of that stuff. We can learn a lot if we look over our shoulders in the different ethnicities in this country.
Exactly.
We look over our shoulders to the different ethnicities for many reasons. We can also look over our shoulders for health and understand in other cultures what we're doing to try to improve. So I think that staying away from those heavier foods, those greasy foods, all the fried foods that I enjoy so much too.
The rice and beans is cultural.
Absolutely.
We are
there are a lot of ways too.
We are called the Goya culture.
Yeah.
You know, because
Oh,
everything in the
Goya.
Goya can you eat.
That's it.
And it doesn't matter what's in it. You just eat it.
Dr. Acevedo, where can we find you?
So I'm usually at the hospital at St. Mary's
Let's
in
go
the
knock on the door.
well, seeing the patients in the hospital or at Palm Beach Gardens Medical Center or at Good Samaritan Medical Center, and sometimes I'll be at PBNI, Palm Beach Neuroscience, in the office. But if you guys call the number 561-882-6214, the people there can put you in contact for an appointment with one of my colleagues as well. I usually receive people from the emergency room or that are sick enough to be admitted to the hospital, and we assess them inpatient. So what you have is a comprehensive neuroscience team that doesn't only see outpatient, but also is very hands-on in the hospital when it's needed.
So everyone has their niche of what they do.
Yep.
You've got the preventive neurologist, then you'll see them in the ER, transition of care, and all stays with the Palm Beach Neuroscience Institute, which is fabulous. The website is pbni.palmbeachneuroscienceinstitute.com. Dr. Paul Acevedo, David DePina, thank you so much.
Now, before David leaves, I want to say thank to David
Yes,
and Tennant
Hospital Physicians Group.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
And we'll see David's doctors again on Tuesday night at NN from 6 to 7 on You and Your Doctors.
Yeah, 95.3 FM.
There's so much more information to get out there. We would love to have you back and just keep educating everyone. We always have a month dedicated to something or a day. I think there just needs to be so much more awareness of what's going on in the risk factors, and the metabolic disease is just rampant.
And the summer's coming, David, so I want you to bring me the shark doctor.
Oh, Dr. Borrego. Yeah.
But tell
One
him,
of your colleagues,
one of your
Dr.
colleagues, but
Acevedo's
I need
colleagues.
him to bring me the shark tooth he promised me.
You're going to put on a necklace?
He's got
I'm gonna put on a
thousands.
necklace.
You guys are welcome to stay on set and
collects
join
them.
us. We're going to swap out, but you're welcome to stay and have some fun with us.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, let them swap out, and in the meantime,
In the meantime,
you know, that chair is got to go.
do you know what the breaking news is?
Yes, we'll get them to do it in a second.
In the meantime, I'll tell you breaking news.
Tell me breaking it the other way.
Breaking news.
Yes, that's good.
I found out my anniversary date here.
You found out your anniversary day.
Here. Da-da-da-da-da. There you go.
No,
It is not today. It is June 21st.
it is June 21st, and June 21st is what are we doing June 21st?
We just happen to be being on remote June 21st at Juniors. I think we should go to Hawaii too, June 21st. Maybe there's a Juniors in Hawaii. We can go on the boat and keep going.
You know, I'm gonna put a staple on June's because she doesn't realize that we are on the air. And
Thank you,
everything
David.
she
Thank you, Dr.
says, you can
Acevedo.
hear.
Yes, of course, we're live. Of course we're live.
I have a.
All right, let's sit in the chairs. Like,
June 21st, we're going to be at Juniors, so that will be our anniversary party. It happens to be coincidentally that we're going to be there.
now make sure you get close to those mics.
We
so
need
that
to
can
get some music at Juniors that day, Freddie.
Okay, now I need
Party,
to.
a limo,
I got an announcement.
some
to,
champagne.
Okay, take it easy. We'll organize all that. I got an announcement. What we're going to attempt to do on June 21st
The limo?
Attempt.
We are attempting to do this. We are going to start the celebration of the anniversary with a limo drive with Black Pearl.
Oh, good Lord.
And we are going to do it on Facebook. We
Oh
are
my
going to
God.
attempt to stream it from the limo.
Oh
She's
my
all in.
gosh. That's awesome.
When we finish that ride, it's going to take us to the place, to Junior's in Meisner Park. We're going to come in and we're going to do the show from 12 to 2, and we're going to have everybody show up. At 3 o'clock, we are going to Facebook and live stream another event that involves something that's going on there from 3 to 5,
An
whatever
event
it
at
is.
Juniors, yes.
And then at 5 o'clock, Russ Johnson is going to stream into the WNN studios from Juniors. We're going to do the live show there. At 6 o'clock, Bree Gordon is going to do connections with by Aria
I'm
from
exhausted.
Juniors there. And
Oh,
you're
wait,
gonna
there's more.
have- Oh, it gets
But
better.
wait, there's more.
There's more. From 7 to 9, we are going to stream
Good Lord.
into
Spiritual.
this studio, Sarah Spiritual. And Gio and I have been talking about Gio's going to create. Gio's going
Doing
to.
all of this in one day?
All
one
one
day.
day.
We will have 3 crews to do this.
I'll be here for
Will
that
you get
one.
lunch?
You get
Oh,
food,
there you go.
get
Connecticut's going to be here for that. That answers your
lunch.
question.
She will be here at night. You will be here.
for
But
a
I'm
night,
inviting you. Oh, you can't be here during.
no.
You're in trouble.
I
All right.
am.
But the object of the game is to have a whole hour,
Go figure.
a whole day of stream on Facebook, 3 radio stations, and a limo.
Unbelievable.
It's going to be a fun day.
That's going to be a world record.
All right.
World record.
Ready to switch our set over?
Before you do that, I thought of you today at my other radio show on during the morning.
Go
today
ahead, no
is
one's
today is officially Say Something Nice to Someone Day, so I thought of you.
Oh, I like that. Say something nice to someone day as we launched the Wish Studios.
Exactly. So I thought how perfect because they were all about it at the other radio show and somebody's yapping.
Kindness matters. Nice.
And
Where are the
so
headsets?
they were all
They're
about
right
it
there.
and they kept telling callers nice things. So
All right, who are you saying something nice to?
me? I love you guys. You know, I'm saying something nice. You guys do a great job. I love working with you guys. Look forward to working with
All
you.
right. Say something nice to someone day.
Yeah, so
Is that
it's,
what it is?
Don't sound
today's
sarcastic. dude.
right. Today is officially say something nice to
All
something.
right. We're officially say
What if
something
I don't
nice
have
to someone
anybody
day.
to say anything nice?
Then I'll say nothing.
Then I'll, there
don't
you
say
go.
nothing?
Then
Then I
I'll
shall
say I
remain-
will double say something nice for you.
You're going to double what?
Say something nice for you.
There you go.
Wow,
listen,
our
I
first
got-
set, we've got Dr. Garzone on our set. We went from head to foot. We've got Jane, we've got Stacy from the Caring People, which they're trying to share one set of headsets, which would be fabulous, except it's mono, so you're only going to hear out of one side anyway. So
There's another set here.
we can put in another set of headphones, but you guys are good.
Here.
Welcome, Dr. Garzone. They're having a lot of fun. You can tell Jane's a regular here.
Doc, you can hold the microphone
You
by
can move
here
the mic
and move it
closer to
closer
you.
So we can hear. Yeah, you go.
Little people problems.
The other doctor,
Welcome to my world.
the other doctor's great. He took it and turned it around towards me. So that ain't gonna work too good.
Tell us about you.
So I'm a podiatrist. I work with Integrated Foot and Ankle with 2 other doctors, Dr. Daniel Perro as well as Dr. Carl Michelle. I've been out for 3 years, did my residency training at Bethesda Hospital in Boynton Beach. Rear foot as well as forefoot reconstructive train, trauma train. I also focus on cosmetics, doing venous procedures superficially, such as injecting the spider veins. And now my sister and I are venturing off a new venture, just focusing more on health and fitness and wellness and trying to educate us young people that don't really know much on how to change your lifestyle without changing your lifestyle. So,
You got to change your
lot of
lifestyle to
ventures.
change your lifestyle.
yep.
There's really no way around it. You got to change your lifestyle if you want to get healthier.
Right.
But it doesn't mean you stop living. You just
right.
change your lifestyle.
Exactly. So, right. So a lot of my friends, they don't realize that I've changed so much until I start explaining, and they see things in my homes and they're like, well, we never knew. And I'm like, exactly. You don't have to change your whole life just to be healthier. Right. So there's little subtle changes, and it also goes along with, our field with foot and ankle. And
So is your sister a podiatrist also?
No, she's not. She's actually, I have to say this right. She is a therapist at, I think it's an alcohol facility.
Rehabilitation?
Yes, there we
Okay.
go. Rehabilitation center.
So you see that people need to make life changes.
I'm sorry?
I mean, she sees that people need to make those life
Absolutely.
changes and better health,
Absolutely.
and things happen. I just had that conversation with someone the other day about addiction, and there's a lot of genetics behind addiction. And you could hurt your foot and prescribe a pain pill to Jane, and she'll be fine. But Stacy could have the same injury, and if she's predisposed to that, that one pain pill may set her off over the edge.
And I see that
and
as
that
well.
happens
Absolutely.
a lot.
Yes. So a lot of our stories interchange. So
What
I
are you
can
doing
relate.
in your practice in your life to switch over, to transition into healthier lifestyles
Well,
for your patients, for you?
it's basically a lot of times where, the big thing is we have a lot of overweight patients. Unfortunately, they're trying to get back into getting a healthier lifestyle, working out, and it stems with your feet. You're putting a lot of pressure on your feet. We get a lot of patients coming in, well, I'm trying to work out, but how can I work out? I'm having so much pain, and then we educate them on wearing the right shoes, specific orthotics, certain exercises, because a lot of times it stems from plantar fasciitis, tight Achilles and they end up getting Achilles tendonitis. Sometimes they end up developing a stress fracture because they're wearing the wrong shoe gear. So we kind of educate people in that direction in order to continue to strive to have a better lifestyle.
Do you do foot, ankle up to the knee, or you do foot, ankle?
Just below the knee.
Below
so
the
we
knee.
work up until the tibial tuberosity.
So you go up until you work with the Achilles tendon. You work with all of those
Absolutely.
calf muscle strains and everything. So it's not what people think of as podiatry as your toenails
Right.
or just your foot,
The chiropodist.
right? Or just, the orthotics. You work all the way up
Right,
right below
we're
the knee.
rear foot and forefoot trained, so we do it all. I'm on call at Jupiter Medical Center, Palms West, JFK, Bethesda, and we get on call. We get called in all the time for ankle fractures, Achilles tears, open fractures. Absolutely, a lot of our diabetic patients have neuropathy, so that's where we correlate with
Jane.
the neurologist.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Freddie's diabetic neuropathy. I don't know what we're going to talk about and how you work with Jane.
Told you, he just lit up.
Give us a call at 800-889-0267. We'll be right back.
But you're my view, so you should know I'm not looking, but I'm not ready to give my heart. This is all too heavy, drowning out. You don't know what I'm under, but you know what I wonder. Late at night, you're who I hold so near. I don't know where to go from here. You keep saying, boy, just listen. We don't have to make decisions.
Late at night, you hold me so near.
Do you love the idea of healthy food conveniently delivered to your door? From Jupiter to Miami, Fit Food Fresh delivers convenience in the form of prepared, delicious, healthy meals direct to your home or office. You're never more than 2 minutes away from a nutritious meal made from the freshest quality ingredients and prepared by gourmet chefs. From paleo to vegan, breakfast to dessert, quinoas to quesadillas, Fit Food Fresh has you covered. You can mix and match meals from their entire menu to create your own custom plan based on your nutritional needs and preferences. Find them at fitfoodfresh.com. With no monthly commitment or setup fee, it's easy to try, risk-free. See why Fit Food Fresh is the highest-rated meal plan in South Florida. Visit Fit Food Fresh at fitfoodfresh.com or give them a call at 866-600-4778. That's 866-600-4778. By Felice Wellness positively changes the health of women and men through nutrition, self-care, and shifts in beliefs. Felice Minkin is a certified integrative nutrition health and wellness coach. Integrative health coaching combines nutrition, physical activity, career, spirit, and relationships, which all lead to personal growth. Digging deep with clients to bring core issues and feelings to the surface while having an accountability partner is where real and lasting changes happen. Contact Felice at byfelice.com to eat healthier on a busy schedule, blast away sugar cravings, lose weight without trying, and feel stronger. For a complimentary wellness clarity session, sign up at byfelice.com. That's byfelice.com to become a better version of you. Health and Vitamin Concepts can help balance you through an innovative, non-invasive biomeridian assessment that measures the energetic properties of your body and naturally corrects the imbalances. Offering a complete thyroid, hormone, and nutritional profile, Health and Vitamin Concepts identifies the specific vitamins and herbs in the exact amount your body needs. Call for more information, 561-392-8448, or visit online at healthandvitaminconcepts.com. If you're ready to have more energy, better health, and a greater sense of well-being, make an appointment today at Health and Vitamin Concepts in Boca Raton at 7152 Barracasa Way. Call 561-392-8448. That's 561-392-8448. Life doesn't have to be defined by abandonment or disease. Learn life skills to stop feeding those old wounds and imagine the possibility of being healthy and happy. Shari Coltoon is a master certified integrative life coach, Reiki master, and an intuitive, focusing on autoimmune disease and family estrangement. Shari facilitates a support group program for people who need healing from a family breakup. Contact Shari at 954-654-7187 to learn important life skills. For a 30-minute free session, call Shari Coltoon at 954-654-7187 or visit her website at sharicoltoon.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hi. And we're back. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. Gio asked me how many points my wish wand is. It's 10 points. And Connecticut told me.
You know, I told you
10 points.
That wand is supposed to be used on special occasions.
Every day is a special occasion.
Yeah, but when people come into, now what is the name of the studio? Because it's
Wish
not La La
Studios.
no more.
Wish.
It's the Wish Studio?
Wish Studio.
When people come into the Wish Studio and they want to share a wish or do something, that's when that wand should come out.
Okay,
That
Dr.
is a special-
Garzone, do you have a special wish that I may use my wand?
There you go.
How's that? Better? My husband actually asked me yesterday, when I told him about my wand, he said, can you make a wish for me? And I said, use your wish wisely.
Can I wish for more wishes?
That was good. He did. He wished,
that is
he
No, you
wished for
can't do
something for my daughter, which was a wise wish. So,
Yeah, she got her car.
yes, he wished for something wisely.
I wish that she
Oh.
doesn't have to pay as much.
Wish wisely.
I was just gonna say a Moana costume for my daughter.
A Moana costume.
Obsessed right now. Obsessed.
Dr.
It is.
Garzone is with us with Jane and Stacy from Caring People, and we were ready to transition into diabetic neuropathy,
Yes.
which is, if you could explain that to our viewers and listeners, what that really is.
So a lot of people don't know what neuropathy is. So usually when I have diabetic patients come in, either they're referred by their primary care physician or they come in just because their feet are in pain. I always ask, well, do you have neuropathy? What is that? Well, it's tingling, numbness, sometimes associated with pain and burning sensation to the bottom of the feet. So it can be idiopathic where, you know, you could be healthy with no diabetes or any other issues, but somehow it's just an onset. Could be genetics. Majority of the time it is related to diabetes or, God forbid, you know, a traumatic injury that ever happened to the lower extremity or even the lower back. So there's just different stages of neuropathy. Like I said, tingling, numbness, sometimes burning sensation could be associated with it. Usually with diabetics, it tends to get worse. And usually that's either because of medication or it's just because the diabetes over time, it's just drying up the sheath of the nerve cell, or it's just pretty much shrinking up the nerve, and that's where you
don't get any feeling anymore.
Right.
Is there a way to help it?
Yes. So ways that you can help it is one, obviously, to if you're diabetic, to be in control of your sugar. That's one of the biggest things, you know, losing weight, be on top of your medication. There are some studies that some diabetic medications can be associated with neuropathy. So ways that you can initially, and this is where the health and wellness me comes in. I always try to start my patients out with neurologic vitamin supplementation. Such as there's different types of medication that you can get over the counter versus a prescription strength, and the reason why is because a lot of our neuropathic medications, say our patient, I just started feeling the tingling, numbness. You start them now, but sooner or later they get used to it, and you have to keep increasing the dose. You can only go up to a certain dosage until it doesn't work anymore. So if you start too early, you can already cap, and then by the time that your neuropathy gets so bad, you can't really use the medication or use something else anymore.
All right, I got 100 questions.
Go.
Shoot. One of the problems I have is the numbness, because you do start out with the burning and the this and the that. That happens. And then the numbness set in, which scares you because all of a sudden there are parts of your feet where you don't feel things. And I've been tested by FAU, and thank God that Carol went to see them yesterday, but they did a test, and it says, yes, you have it. I said, okay, I knew that, guys. Now, how do I make it either go away or make it better? Right. They want me to walk 2-3 miles. I mean, this is a staple when you're diabetic to lose weight. And I've shed 44 pounds. But the problem that scares me about neuropathy is that I'm walking, and or I go to the gym and lift weights. Whatever I got to do, I got to use my lower body, my feet. So my scare is, what if you get a callus? What if you get... Did you do that? What if you start getting, my son is just driving me insane today. What if you get a callus and then it becomes a bigger issue? So, you always got to watch your feet. You gotta cream them up.
So you're thinking you're walking, you get a blister. Now what are you going to do?
Then what happens? That's my biggest fear.
The big thing is daily routine foot care. You have to constantly look at your feet every day. When you get out of the shower, the first thing when you wake up in the morning, and it's very important that when you start experiencing neuropathy, you can't really go barefoot anymore.
No more
because
barefoot.
You're walking, you don't know what you're walking on. You don't understand how many patients I see, and they stepped on a needle and they didn't know.
That's
A diabetic needle, and then they come in with a huge abscess. It's already infected. At some point, sometimes it's too late because it's already infects the bone, or it goes into the bloodstream. The bacteria goes into the bloodstream. There's so many ways. So first thing, if you're starting to experience neuropathy, always wear your shoes. Constantly wear your shoes around the house. There's also inserts or orthotics, custom versus
those
Plastizo inserts.
Those gummy
Well,
things?
gummy, it depends because there's products such as Dr. Scholl's, which they're not bad. But, it just depends. A lot of the over-the-counter orthotics, if you're not looking right, they're just more jelly and more for cushion
Will
as
you
opposed
mold
for
and fit
structure.
for his foot?
Absolutely.
So she'll do special orthotics that are just for
Wait a
you.
minute,
Right, and it
we just getting
redistributes
started here.
it redistributes
What
the
are you guys
pressure.
doing for the second hour?
But the other thing, Doc, because time is my enemy. But the other thing is the pantyhose for the circulation.
The compression stocking.
The circulation becomes another issue.
Pantyhose. Compression stocking.
Pantyhose. What are they called? I used to wear them when I played ball. I used to wear pantyhose when I played ball, but that's a different animal. But anyway,
That's the same thing.
my mother in Puerto Rico,
He's so excited now.
she can't wear them because she said the doctor says it will hurt her heart. I'm confused.
If you have congestive heart failure, they don't recommend it because it causes a buildup of fluid. So that's why we all are tied in. It's very important that you have a primary, and then if you have any cardiac issues, yes, you have a cardiologist and then neurologist.
So I can't just get a pair of pantyhose and put them on.
No,
You're not in
normally,
congestive heart failure, thankfully.
normally
You know what I mean.
when
What are they called?
Ted hose, compression stocking.
Ted?
hose.
Ted hose? Like I'm gonna
Compression
remember that.
stockings. I'll
Pantyhose are
remember
for
you.
another.
So normally when we do a workup on a patient, that's where we have to make sure we have to know their past medical history. God forbid if they have any cardiac issues, even if we're not too sure, we'll write a prescription, but we'll say, run it through your primary or your cardiologist first because we don't want to run the risk of, congestive heart failure or any issues. And then next thing you know, they're going to be seeing Dr.
And then we have
Acevedo.
patients that put them on. They can barely put them on. Once they get them on, they leave them on, and you cannot leave them on. You have to take them off before you go to
can't leave
sleep.
that thing. You
Well,
can't.
that's the other problem, especially with what you all do as far as home health. You've got patients that can't do their ADLs. They can't put on their socks. They finally get them on. They're not taking them off because they can't.
Well,
they can't even put on regular socks.
But the other thing about, you're driving me nuts. The other thing about, I don't know what that was. The other thing that I wanted to say is that I used to catch. I was a catcher for 20 years. And I used to always tape up my ankles, right? And I used to wrap up my feet. So I do that now when it bothers me at night. And it's always at night. So I wrap it up, and then an hour later, I unwrap it, and it feels better. So the reason I'm asking about the stockings is I went to the doctor. I had a 126. I'm down to 126 from 296. I'm
His
down
sugar.
to 126, my sugar.
They're wondering what you're talking about.
No, she knows.
Well, I knew it wasn't the weight.
And I'm down to 204 on the weight. And I'm proud of that because I shed 44 pounds. But the bottom line here is that sometimes I wrap up my legs or my foot, and it feels better. So I'm thinking, is that the idea? And the thing with the vitamins, Daphne gave me these pills, and if I knew you were coming, I would have shown you them. I take 2 a day, and my goodness gracious, life has become good again. The
Because it
pain
probably
is
has
gone.
vitamin
It's a
B12 supplement.
I take B12.
You need alpha lipoic acid,
I take that too.
benzothymine
Well,
in
this lady
there.
knows her stuff. I take that too. I take all that
Those
stuff.
would be the healthy vitamins, and that's how you've transitioned your practice from just medicine and prescriptions to
Right,
the holistic
instead of
side
just
of
giving
what
you
it
a
is.
pill and then get out into the world and there you go. No,
Yeah.
there's orthotics. There's also topical anti-inflammatories that, like arnica gel, as opposed to sometimes using Voltaren gel. There's so many different modalities that you can incorporate.
We need to talk, doctor. And the other thing is that I gotta buy these vitamins, these pills, supplements for my mother who's suffering horrible in Puerto Rico with it because the heat bothers her, and then she can't walk now because it hurts. And that's what happens psychologically. You start doing less. You know how people say, "Oh, Freddie, you're not walking anymore." I mean, you're not asking me why. You think I don't want to?
You tell me it's hot and you don't have time.
That's what I tell you. That isn't what it is.
You go to the gym and walk on the treadmill. There's no excuses ever.
I did that.
I know we've done that too.
But the problem is, Doc, is that it scares me because sometimes it hurts, and I don't want it to get out of control. So now I don't have an excuse because the pain is gone.
There's always aquatic therapy. It's less
And I got a
pressure on your
pool, too.
joints.
You've got a pool.
And you know something? I try running around my pool. My goodness gracious.
In the pool.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, that is more tiring and
Because
walking
you're
on
against the
sand.
current.
Because you've got the water pressure.
Sand almost killed me walking on sand. I couldn't do 7 minutes. It's crazy. You walked on sand?
Not in a long time.
Oh, it kills you. But the fear factor sometimes will hold you back from what you should be doing. So walking is a good thing, yes?
Yes,
Exercise
yes.
is a good thing.
But like she told you, just like when you get up and brush your teeth every day, look at your feet. Look at your feet. We teach
do it
our
every
patients
day.
that all the
just
time.
keep your shoes, your sandals, anything, your slippers, anything by your bed. So by the time that you wake up, or you wake up in the middle of the night, you put it on and you prevent, God forbid, stepping on something that you don't even know until it's too late.
Tripping, stubbing your toe.
And the dryness that is associated, your feet, your legs become very dry as this thing takes place. So you gotta, now I'm supposed to not use petroleum,
Jelly?
No, not jelly. There's somebody gave me some kind of cream and it has petroleum jelly in it, and they're telling me,
No, because it
we
clogs your
just keep
pores.
going, don't worry, because it's no good for you. So now they're throwing all these other creams at me. I got more lotions and potions. You would think there's something wrong
You
with
would
me.
think you could do a whole show.
No, you think, but I'm gonna tell you, it's important.
tell you.
It's education that goes with the diabetes and to get better. Listen, this was no accident, and I gotta thank you, and I gotta thank Coach, and I gotta thank Linda, even Gio got on my case about all these supplements. I take 21 supplements.
But when you send the supplements to your mom, make sure they're quality supplements, and we go back to that.
Yes.
However, before we go back to that, I want to get Dr. Garzon's information because we've got a minute before we transition into
We got a whole
an
nother
extended
hour.
lunch.
Don't worry about it.
Where can everyone find you?
Integrated Foot and Ankle Centers. I'm located on Okeechobee, right next to the Turnpike. I also have a Jupiter location, and I also work part-time in an orthopedic office in Boynton Beach.
Phone number or website or?
You can reach us at our phone number, 561-293-3439.
And you can always also find them with Jane and Stacy at Caring People.
And you do have calls.
Your
And
website.
we do house calls, so
They
You
do.
do?
They
That's
do
how we
house calls.
correlate.
yes.
Yeah, that's pretty
We
impressive.
work very
Yeah.
closely to the home health agencies. So
So a lot of
that's-
seniors don't have transportation to get to them.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 6 minutes for an extended lunch, our second hour. We're moving from
Where you
head
going?
to foot to health and wellness.
Where
You are
you
welcome to
going?
stay and join that segment. We've got Stephanie Gross coming from Move Through Yoga. It's all about health, kindness, and giving back. We'll be right back.
And that's it for our noon hour for today. But wait, there's more. That's right, you have a second hour for lunch today. Life is good. And the second hour with Dawn and Freddie S. is even better. So stay put. Right after the news, they'll be back. Dawn, Freddie S. and more lunchtime fun at the Brooklyn Cafe.
This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. In the news, Joanna Krupa and Romaine Zago have split. Former Real Housewives star of Miami and her husband of nearly 4 years have separated. According to the latest sources, they just grew apart. The two remain friends, and Krupa splits her time between Los Angeles and Miami. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have lit up South Florida. The E! reality star and hip-hop artist had some time together here. The relationship rumors may be real. And goodbye for now. Ryan Seacrest signed off on American Idol, the final episode. It could return, but not on Fox. ABC may snag that. The hosting job is not confirmed for Ryan. For more hot topics on entertainment, keep listening. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. In the news, Joanna Krupa and Romaine Zago have split. Former Real Housewives star of Miami and her husband of nearly 4 years have separated. According to the latest sources, they just grew apart. The two remain friends, and Krupa splits her time between Los Angeles and Miami. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have lit up South Florida. The E! reality star and hip-hop artist had some time together here. The relationship rumors may be real. And goodbye for now. Ryan Seacrest signed off on American Idol, the final episode. It could return, but not on Fox. ABC may snag that. The hosting job is not confirmed for Ryan. For more hot topics on entertainment, keep listening. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. In the news, Joanna Krupa and Romaine Zago have split. Former Real Housewives star of Miami and her husband of nearly 4 years have separated. According to the latest sources, they just grew apart. The two remain friends, and Krupa splits her time between Los Angeles and Miami. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have lit up South Florida. The E! reality star and hip-hop artist had some time together here. The relationship rumors may be real. And goodbye for now. Ryan Seacrest signed off on American Idol, the final episode. It could return, but not on Fox. ABC may snag that. The hosting job is not confirmed for Ryan. For more hot topics on entertainment, keep listening. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. In the news, Joanna Krupa and Romaine Zago have split. Former Real Housewives star of Miami and her husband of nearly 4 years have separated. According to the latest sources, they just grew apart. The two remain friends, and Krupa splits her time between Los Angeles and Miami. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have lit up South Florida. The E! reality star and hip-hop artist had some time together here. The relationship rumors may be real. And goodbye for now. Ryan Seacrest signed off on American Idol, the final episode. It could return, but not on Fox. ABC may snag that. The hosting job is not confirmed for Ryan. For more hot topics on entertainment, keep listening. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. In the news, Joanna Krupa and Romaine Zago have split. Former Real Housewives star of Miami and her husband of nearly 4 years have separated. According to the latest sources, they just grew apart. The two remain friends, and Krupa splits her time between Los Angeles and Miami. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have lit up South Florida. The E! reality star and hip-hop artist had some time together here. The relationship rumors may be real. And goodbye for now. Ryan Seacrest signed off on American Idol, the final episode. It could return, but not on Fox. ABC may snag that. The hosting job is not confirmed for Ryan. For more hot topics on entertainment, keep listening. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. In the news, Joanna Krupa and Romaine Zago have split. Former Real Housewives star of Miami and her husband of nearly 4 years have separated. According to the latest sources, they just grew apart. The two remain friends, and Krupa splits her time between Los Angeles and Miami. Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have lit up South Florida. The E-reality star and hip-hop artist had some time together here. The relationship rumors may be real. And goodbye for now. Ryan Seacrest signed off on American Idol, the final episode. It could return, but not on Fox. ABC may snag that. The hosting job is not confirmed for Ryan. For more hot topics on entertainment, keep listening. This is an AMP2.TV production. I'm Alan Knight on the Relationship Radio Network. This is an AMP2.
Thoughts and opinions expressed are those of the sponsors and don't necessarily reflect those of this station or iHeartMedia.
Well, it's still lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for a late lunch. So keep your lunch pail open or grab a cup of coffee and take an after-hours seat in the Brooklyn Cafe. It's time for a double scoop of healthy topics and feel-good conversation to help your day go by easier while enjoying some new friends. Your hosts, Don and Freddie S., are ready to serve you our huge portion of fun. It's that feel-good food that gets you back to work. So join our laughs and call in toll-free at 800-889-0267 right now. Let's all sit back and let Dawn and Freddie S. help fill your bucket of hope and happiness.
And we're back. Welcome back to part 2, an extended lunch of the Brooklyn Cafe. You need to be nice to me today. Do you know why?
I didn't say nothing.
Do you know why?
Yes.
Because I have the wish wand. You need to be very careful with the wish wand.
You want to tell people who we are?
We are the Brooklyn Cafe. We are on an extended lunch. If you're looking for the news, we are now in lieu of the news.
It ain't happening.
We are here for some fun and hope, and Les is no longer with us.
That's right. To the bank.
We're here to fill your bucket of happiness. He's not here with the show. He's on another show.
I don't care. Take it to the bank.
Your bucket of happiness. With
Hey,
love
listen.
and hope. Today is our official launch of Wish Studios.
Is it?
Yes, we are Wish Studios, and as Carol told me, today's about spreading kindness, say one kind thing to somebody else, which is what we do every day. I'm so glad it has been honored, and kindness matters, and it goes forward, which is a beautiful thing. So our first hour, we had Dr. Acevedo, a neurology from Palm Beach Neuroscience Institute and Tenet Health Physicians Group with David DePino. And then we had Dr. Garzon, who is a podiatrist, and we had Jane and Stacy from Caring People. And we're keeping Dr. Garzon on the set with us for a little bit because she transitions from her podiatry practice to changing your lifestyle without changing your lifestyle with health and wellness, that she works with her sister, which is a perfect segue to bring in Stephanie Gross from Move Through Yoga. And it's about movement and transition and energy and kindness and clearing your space.
Listen, I got some breaking news for you.
I hope it segues into everything I just said.
Well, it talks about moving forward, right? Kindness
Okay.
and all that.
Yes.
We got to get some sound effects for breaking news. Yeah, some real sound effects. Yesterday in New York City, there was a gentleman that was on his way to his graduation, became a nurse.
I saw that.
You see? And he was going to become a nurse, and the subway broke down for hours. He couldn't get to his destination. He was stuck in a subway car underneath the ground in New York City.
It was his
So
graduation.
graduation, yes, he missed the graduation. So the people of New York City in that cart decided to throw a graduation party for him in the subway car. Did you see this?
Yes, it's making me all verklempt.
And people on their phones, they put together a make-believe diploma for him.
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet.
And his parents were there.
Oh my God, it's starting.
You're giving me the chills.
And what you talk about moving it forward, right? In New York City, I mean, this is the Brooklyn Cafe, and I want to reach out to that gentleman because he's on Facebook to see if he'll come on the air. But the amazing part of that story was how New York made him feel. He says that even though he missed his graduation, I think it was from Hunter College, he was becoming a nurse.
I don't remember, but it was amazing. You
He
should see
said
the
it was the
footage,
most
Dawn.
amazing pouring of love he had ever felt in his life.
Wow.
Okay, so congratulations to him. And now you
And
can
now
move
we
it
move it
forward.
forward.
There you go.
Welcome, Stephanie Gross. Dr. Grozon, thank you for staying with us on
Yes,
set.
thank you for having me.
We talked about foot and ankle and podiatry and all of the doctor things you do. But you also have a passion that you work with your sister of changing your lifestyle without changing your lifestyle.
Right.
So I'm so glad that you could be here and meet Stephanie because what you both do works hand in hand with each other.
Totally.
Yeah.
What led you to go into health and wellness and changing? I heard you talking about having children and what changes and changes you made in your home.
Well, I mean, I was always healthy, and I was always into fitness. But it started when I got pregnant, and you start reading that what to expect, what you're expecting, and you're reading all those things and all the chemicals, and you don't really know, because I wasn't educated. So that's what kind of steered me in. So I wanted to incorporate all the nourishments without taking in all the toxins for my babies. And then sooner or later, you have your kids, and then you're like, well, I can't feed them this. Then, it's just a different way of living.
So what are you doing now?
Right now,
With your
we're
sister?
trying. Well, we just built an Instagram, and we're going to be doing some vlogging, video blogs in regards of how to, like you said, how to change your lifestyle without changing your lifestyle. We're going to promote, easy ways in order to slowly incorporate changes, such as, eating organic or eating as clean as possible. I understand that you can't 100% eat clean, so we try to maybe live the 80-20%, at your home, try to eat as best you can, but when you're out, not that it's a free-for-all, but if you're at a birthday party or if you're having a good time with your family and friends and, you know that not everything is organic, you don't have to kill yourself. You're still going to enjoy life. There's certain ways also, just fitness. We're going to be promoting some recipes, easy-to-do recipes.
What's the name of your Instagram account?
DNC Lifestyle. So at DNC_lifestyle.
D, letter N or
The
and?
letter D, the letter N, and the letter C. So it's for Desiree and Crystal.
It's amazing because, I don't know, are you familiar with Fit Food Fresh?
I've heard of them, but no.
Well, they're one of our sponsors here, and it was Dawn actually found them. Their food is the reason I lost so much weight, because you can eat clean, you can eat, and it has the carbs.
It's convenient, it's clean, it's
And they
cooked,
deliver.
and it's delivered to your door.
But it's the amount of calories and the amount of carbs and protein. Now, protein in my world is important. Carbs, again, is very important.
Fit Food Fresh, fitfoodfresh.com.
And they are the best. So they're an organization, from what I'm hearing, will be very vital to some of the things that help you to lose weight. Connecticut asked me, how did you lose so much weight? Losing weight isn't a bad thing. There's some things I had to learn to eat. Like, I can't stand salads. And when I met Dawn, I had the Freddie Eats Everything diet. Everything I wanted. Those donuts out there.
It was the Freddie food plan.
But now I can move around. I can move away from it. And donuts don't bother me no more. It doesn't matter. Then I discovered yogurt.
Plain yogurt.
Plain yogurt. And Linda, bless her heart, has been after me for months to eat plain yogurt, right?
Like Greek yogurt?
Plain Greek yogurt.
I think it has only 7 carbs in the whole tub.
It's all protein.
It's all protein, right? So what you do is you take blueberries, which I can eat, and you take some stevia, and you put stevia in there. I had it last night. Holy smokes.
Good snack, right?
It's a great snack.
But you could also replace it for sour cream.
Yes, you
And-
can use the plain yogurt instead of sour cream. On your baked potato,
This, and with
on your Mexican food.
With this thing, you can put it on anything. I put it
Exactly.
on a piece of bread now.
So in lieu of sour cream,
And my coach and Felice also, who's involved.
Felice Minkin and Leslie Harrington.
They taught me how to use hummus instead of mayo. I was seeing it in restaurants.
Yeah.
Hummus this and hummus and
Because
hummus
again,
and
it's those are good carbs. So when you're counting carbs,
Yes.
and these ladies will tell you, all carbs are not created equal.
No.
So your sweet potato carbs and your white potato carbs, there will be a carb number.
I can't eat white potatoes.
But so it's more than the carb count. It's
Yeah.
what the quality of the carbs are.
Yes.
But moving forward with what you're talking about, Doc, the important thing is the psychology and putting your hands around what it is that you ladies are offering. And that is the psychology that most people they gain the weight back. They lose 40 pounds and they gain 60, and they do the yo-yo effect.
Yep, the fad diets.
They just they don't comprehend what it is you're trying to accomplish. You know, when I'm laying in the hospital bed, they're telling me you may die. Trust me, you're gonna learn real quick, real fast that you aren't on this planet. You know, you're on borrowed time, right?
And what people don't know is that they're like, oh, it's genetics. Well, with a lot of sicknesses and cancer, it's majority of the time it's roughly 10%. It's 90% environmental and lifestyle. So, and that's what people don't understand.
Yeah, and I actually just want to say that Whole Foods Market at Boca Raton, they are a great partner with Move 3 Yoga, and they always came into our classrooms at least once or twice a month at Boca High and as well as at Atlantic High. And what's really cool is that a lot of people don't realize that they have a food educator in each and every store, so you can go and you can speak to someone to really understand the best possible way for you in your house to cost effectively eat clean. And that's the most important thing for our students, especially in the socioeconomic, lower socioeconomic level. It's important that knowledge is power, right? So you didn't know what was good for you before,
Absolutely not.
And also in that same vein, it's so important that we're aware of sugar, because so much of sugar today in our food is, it's just processed and processed and processed. So you don't have to necessarily eat clean and organic food from Whole Foods, but you just have to be more mindful of what you're putting into your body. It can be from anywhere, just as long as it's mindful, everything that you're doing.
That's right.
And yes, organic is expensive. So
Yeah.
I will pick and choose. I will do organic berries, but I may not do an organic banana.
Exactly.
Because
If
it's a thicker skin and you
right.
pull it. But those that don't have skin, I will buy the organic berries. Organic chicken's expensive, so not telling anyone that you need to. Just eat cleaner. If you're going from dark meat chicken thighs, just switch over to the chicken breast. Organic or regular, it's still a better choice, and it might be a better price point. It's the little changes.
It's the little things.
So I guess that goes to your point of changing your lifestyle without changing your lifestyle. Yes, you're still having chicken, but I still think you're changing your lifestyle, because your
Right.
lifestyle will change. You will feel better.
And then what we'll also be doing is we'll show videos and places where you can get organic quality, but at a cheaper price.
Well, that
So
would be
we'll
great.
compare Whole Foods with Fresh Market, Walmart.
I hear Aldi's has
Yes, they have a
organic
new
now. I
organic
hear
line.
they've got a really nice line. I've never been.
Aldi, Target. So we're also going to be comparing, prices and where you can get good quality food.
It goes
Now,
back to
I
education.
got a question for you guys. Organic is expensive. And what happens is when you're out of the box and they hit you with the expense, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, you're going to lose 80%. Everybody's going to say, you know what? I'm going back to the inorganic because it's cheaper.
Right.
But then my question is this. Portion control. If you don't eat organic and you go towards something that's, just don't be a slob about it. I mean, instead of eating the whole chicken, why don't you eat a quarter?
You know what I'd love?
Yes.
Is a year ago we sat here
Oh,
and
stop
he
it.
was on the Freddie
Yes.
Kuhn plan. No, it's very important because we've started talking about education
I
today.
knew it was coming.
And we can have many guests, and the theme today seems to be education, and it's educating the public. We talked about neurology, the symptoms of stroke, and the symptoms of foot pain and what it leads to. It's about educating the public, and now we lead into educating on food. It doesn't happen overnight. We haven't learned our qualities and our traits overnight. It has been a lifetime of what we all do. It may take a few months, even years, to continue to change our level of knowledge. Not that we are uneducated, we just need to get re-educated on different things.
And it's a learning curve.
Exactly.
Everything's a learning curve. I learned something today.
I mean, it's been a year since you've started change, and it started with one change. You stopped with ketchup. I mean, it was one basic change, but that was huge.
Yeah.
We would go to meetings in the
That
morning,
isn't nice.
and
Very
he
much.
would have it,
I love it.
and he would slather his omelet with ketchup.
No, I don't do that.
And then we read the label, and the first, of course, is sugar. And hydrogenated corn oil and all these things on the label of ketchup. My
But
dad
they have a
says,
sugar-free ketchup.
well, my dad says there's a healthy ketchup.
Yeah, there is.
I said, yes, if you
And they
go
have an
organic, you're looking at tomatoes and spices and vinegar and water.
But it still
which
raises
is
my
fine.
sugar.
For you, maybe, but those who aren't diabetic, there is a healthier alternative. It's just about educating and label reading.
Knowledge.
You don't know.
100%.
That's the key. It's label reading, and people don't know how, and they
Oh.
get so overwhelmed.
That's a good point. My coach took me, I think Gina was
the
with me
store.
and you, and my coach took me to read labels.
Yeah.
So I said to her, seriously? Say, I'm an NYU graduate, and you're take me to read labels. I think I can read labels. So she takes me over to the water department. She says, you see these bottles of water? There are only 2 bottles of water that you can buy. I said, water? Yes. And she educated me about the water bottles.
The BPA.
The BPA,
The water
exactly.
bottles that can lay on its side versus those that don't.
Exactly.
It's about educating. See, our mission grows. You need to stay.
Well, I mean, and again, we're going to get back to the education, but it's vital. It can save your life. And if you want to change your life, then do it the right way.
Yes.
And you'll stay. If you do it
And
the wrong
slowly.
way. Yeah,
In
it's
steps.
not a race. Well, it kind of can be, but it's not a race. And you have to understand what it is you're doing. If you understand what it is you're doing, you're willing to pay that price.
We're going to take a break. Dr. Garzon's going to go back and see some patients.
Where
Where
we
can
going?
people find you? Instagram, your DNC lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yes. D, the letter D, the letter N, the letter C, _ lifestyle.
And your office number?
For podiatry?
Yeah.
Our
May as well just
podiatry
promote you
office
everywhere.
is
You have another number?
No, just, right now that's just my small thing, but our office is 561-293-3439.
Podiatry, foot and ankle health and wellness.
I want to invite Doc back. I want to do a health week.
I'd like to bring Dr. Garzon on with her sister.
Yes.
Talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
what they're doing and the changes they're making
What about a
with
health week?
rehab, patients,
What about a health week?
families. A health week?
Yeah.
To me, it's
So
always a
I can
health
ask you
week.
14 times.
You don't have to ask me twice.
No, what I want
Let's
to do is
go.
I want to bring in some diabetic people. I want to bring in some people that they can do it right on the air.
Okay.
And let's see if we can get through the cabeza.
All right,
You
give
know
us
the
a
cabeza?
call at 800-889-0267. Yes, and if you can't, we can talk to Dr. Acevedo, and he'll do an EEG for you.
Acevedo put you in a headlock.
We'll be right back.
For over 35 years, Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services has been serving residents of Boca Raton, Delray Beach, and Highland Beach through their comprehensive range of programs and services for people of all ages and beliefs. Whether you need help with food, financial assistance, senior services for yourself or a loved one, affordable counseling and mental health service, career and employment services, or their Center for Families and Children, JFS is here for you. Please call JFS at 561-852-3333 or railsjfs.org. Call 561-852-3333. Do you love the idea of healthy food conveniently delivered to your door? From Jupiter to Miami, Fit Food Fresh delivers convenience in the form of prepared, delicious, healthy meals direct to your home or office. You're never more than 2 minutes away from a nutritious meal made from the freshest quality ingredients and prepared by gourmet chefs. From paleo to vegan, breakfast to dessert, quinoas to quesadillas, Fit Food Fresh has you covered. You can mix and match meals from their entire menu to create your own custom plan based on your nutritional needs and preferences. Find them at fitfoodfresh.com. With no monthly commitment or setup fee, it's easy to try, risk-free. See why Fit Food Fresh is the highest-rated meal plan in South Florida. Visit Fit Food Fresh at fitfoodfresh.com or give them a call at 866-600-4778. That's 866-600-4778. The Custom Fitness Institute is a private fitness studio offering personal training and partner training programs to fit your schedule. CFI has created a premium workout environment fit for every fitness level. From beginners to competitive athletes, their welcoming facility and certified fitness professionals are there to design a custom program to help you achieve your goals efficiently, safely, and effectively. CFI also offers nutritional evaluations, physical assessments, and movement assessments. Give them a call today to schedule your free consultation. 954-999-8458. The Custom Fitness Institute can help you get your health and fitness journey started or bring your current fitness level to new heights. Call the Custom Fitness Institute today. 954-999-8458. Sonia Hankin is the confidence expert and passionate guide to men and women who struggle with unworthiness, lack of confidence, and self-doubt. As a holistic psychotherapist and master integrative life coach, Sonia Hankin will help you unlock your confidence so you can make the changes you desire and feel good about yourself no matter what life throws at you. You can work with Sonia via phone, Skype, or in person. Contact Sonia at 954-214-8991. Enough is enough of not feeling good enough. If you want to find your voice and step into your power, call today for a free 30-minute session, 954-214-8991, or visit her at soniahankin.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. We are live streaming on our second hour of our extended lunch. Yes, Thursday. What a busy set we've had. Wow. We've got Stephanie Gross in the house with us from Move Through Yoga. She's got an idea that she wants to, that she's going to throw out to us. We had Dr. Garzon on the set, DNC_lifestyle on Instagram. She and her sister have put together a program that moves from regular conventional medicine and podiatry to health and wellness without changing your lifestyle. Changing your lifestyle without changing your lifestyle. I still think once you change your lifestyle changes.
You say that, you confuse me.
Well, it's kind of confusing
Changing your
to
lifestyle without changing your lifestyle.
Well, that's her tagline, but in my mind, when you change your lifestyle, you change your lifestyle.
You
can't
change
do one
it, but
without the
don't
other.
break it.
You're still you.
That doesn't sound right.
You're still you.
Nothing
Your lifestyle will change, but it will.
Yeah, nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So if you're not willing to take the first step to, catalyze that change, nothing's going to change. Change isn't going to happen to you. It's going to happen because of you.
So you ready to make that change? She set me up.
She said
I knew that was coming.
As it came out of her mouth, she knew I was going to go with it.
That was coming. Hi, everyone. So happy to be back. Thank you for having me again.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
you for joining us.
So how's Colorado?
She's very stressed out. I'm thinking she shouldn't go.
How is Colorado?
I'm not there
Do
yet.
you know that they had a blizzard of 15 feet last night?
Not in Denver.
Yeah, in Denver.
No, not
feet.
Come on.
Feet.
It might be.
Feet or inches?
Feet.
He's nuts.
Oh, they don't snow. In Colorado doesn't snow inches, honey.
15 feet of
Yeah.
snow in
Feet.
June?
Yeah. And you want to hear
Come
the
on.
crazy? Yeah, it was there because they had a football player that plays for the Denver Broncos.
You're going to tell us it's a true story.
Brought the snow?
No, what he brought was he raises marijuana. He's a marijuana.
Raises marijuana.
He grows marijuana.
He grows it, raises it, grows it, whatever.
Makes
And
it
the
go to
NFL has an anti-drug policy. So how do you play for the NFL and grow marijuana?
You live in Colorado.
They got a problem. Well, he plays for them.
They're
so
revisiting.
They traded him.
Yeah, they're revisiting that whole policy
Well,
now.
they're not revisiting anything because if you legalize the marijuana in the NFL, then you won't have to legalize a whole lot of other stuff.
But all those guys smoke, dude. All those guys.
Yo, dude, I don't know that.
They
I
do.
don't want to know that. That you could get sued for doing that. The NFL.
You know,
is
it's too
suing
bad your
everybody.
friend isn't here because we'd be talking to him about that. We
I
were
know.
supposed to have Bryant McKinney, who played in the NFL. We'll get
Minnesota
him back.
Vikings.
We will
For
get
sure.
him back.
I know Brian McKinney's record. I know his history. I
A
watched him
fellow,
play.
a fellow Kane.
That's
It's all
right.
about
Yes,
the you.
it's all about the you.
Trust me, the U went a whole lot.
Look at you, girlfriend. I love it. All about it.
That disappeared a long time ago when he
It's
was
great
playing for the Vikings.
to be a Miami Hurricane.
What about EAGLE?
That too. Just on the other end.
What is that?
Eagles.
Eagles?
We had the Eagles. We had Philly
She
in the
did
house.
this too. She flew for me earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, that is not an eagle. That's the guy from Atlanta who did the dance.
Falcon.
Whatever.
He did the funky dance.
Whatever.
All right, Stephanie. Other than you moving, which we're not so sure you're really
Are
moving.
you moving?
I am.
You are?
I am. I'm looking to bring Move Through Yoga to Denver. I'm actually looking to bring it nationwide.
That's
so.
it. I'm leaving. That's
It's
it.
too cold to
No, it's
move in yoga
not.
at 16 feet of snow.
No, it's not, man.
We've got some ideas for her right here, though.
What do we got?
We've got her networking with Julia Aquino. We've got her networking with Felice. We're not going to have her networking with Dr. Grazon. How much more do you want? There's a school that we're going to introduce her to that has a whole meditation center. Shall I continue?
I have a concept.
Which would
I have
be?
an idea. I saw it when I saw the doctor in today with the visiting the FAU medics. We put together, instead of individualizing this, because I can't even get a name out of this one. On the air, boom. Ooh, that didn't sound too good. I think we put it together as a unit because FAU is interested in wanting to know how the hell did I go from a 9 to a 6.5.
I was going to ask you what your hemoglobin A1C was. You got it to 6.5?
They're anticipating 6.5.
Wow.
The exam,
Fantastic.
No, take it easy. We ain't celebrating yet.
Ooh,
But
but
the
it's a good
doctor says-
anticipation.
As she holds the wand.
What is that?
Wait, would you like a wish, Freddie?
What does that mean? It means that I
Wish
live
wisely.
a little longer.
What would you like?
No, I already know what listen, when they gave you that yesterday, I wished. But anyway, they want to know how it happened. So I talked to Leslie Harrington, my coach, and now I have this doctor, and I got Denver in here, and we put this whole thing together, and they want to come to the studio and meet them. And they
I'm looking forward to getting that number back.
Do you know how many people they have that are diabetic patients that need the help that these people can supply? The education alone will keep them busy for years.
Well, back to the education, but again, it goes to mindset.
It does.
You can put a lot of pills in your mouth, but it goes to the mindset, your stress, your relaxation.
Are you stressed? Because if you
breathing
are,
through
I got somebody to help
She
you.
is highly stressed over there, and I'm thinking...
I am, but I'm breathing. I'm breathing through it.
I'm watching you do that.
I'm
She's
breathing.
adjusting, she's breathing.
She does not look stressed. You look very happy.
Oh, thanks. I'm breathing mindfully.
But yes, it goes
Thank
back
you.
to that. Illness, you posted something about it.
I did?
If you are in the right mindset, you can overcome a lot of illness. It doesn't mean you're going to cure yourself without medication. We're not saying that at all. But it can definitely add as a tool to your toolbox to getting through the symptoms and feeling better and having faith.
Well, let me tell you a secret. If you think you're going to wake up any morning and there ain't nothing to worry about, think again. Let me break the bad news. Let me just break it to you. Monday through Sunday, you're going to wake up, there's always something you got to think about. I don't care if it's about getting to the bathroom and doing your morning urination. Whatever it is, you got something that's going to happen.
It's a struggle?
Some people struggle with that.
So I actually want to draw your attention
She
to
has
something.
an idea for something
so
for us.
It's actually, it's an idea that we have in the Move 3 Yoga curriculum that actually would probably provide maybe your listeners an opportunity to pay it forward. And in the space of being stressed, the best way to turn your stress into a blessing is an attitude of gratitude, right? So one of the things that we do with Move 3 Yoga is we do a pay it forward project. At each of the schools, we have a box at some point during the year. And usually it coincides with the end of the school year. And the student body has an opportunity to write $1, one wish. So they donate $1 and they put a wish on a 3x5 card. They put it into this box, and what happens is at the point where we draw the wish out, we as a school raise whatever other money we need to put forward the wish. So we did it one year, and Brooke Thabit, who is now a Wings for Life advocate for Red Bull, she actually she dove headfirst into a canal and she severed her spinal cord. And the $1 one wish was an actual wish of a group of students who said, we really want to provide Brooke an opportunity to be on the beach again. She had never been on the beach since she was paralyzed. So we raised enough money as a school to get her a wheelchair that went on the beach. So, and we've done that year and year again. And what's really cool, and we paid for another student's medical bills. So it's an opportunity perhaps for your listeners to come together and to pay it forward. Where can we $1 one wish? And maybe you guys somehow pick a wish out of everyone who puts a wish in and turn that attitude into gratitude.
I think that's fabulous. We're going to take this call, and then I have an idea of where we're going to go with that. We've got Barry on the phone.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
We're talking about an attitude of gratitude, Barry.
Oh, that's nice.
$1, one wish. Barry from My Delicious Deli.
Hi, Barry.
Hi.
Stephanie
How
was
are
there
you?
on remote with us last week.
Great. It was nice speaking with
She
you and
kicked it
your
off
wife.
for us.
We haven't spoken to Barry since Wednesday, have we?
We have not had Barry on air since we were on remote.
Hey, Barry, how'd you like that last week?
Last week, it was like one big party. The atmosphere was superb. It was great. And I'm just sorry that so many people couldn't get in because we were packed. It was really, really good.
Maybe we need to have standing room only. They can just wait in the wings.
Your kugel was amazing, Barry.
The food, the noodle kugel that you serve, the sweet and sour meatballs. Oh my
fabulous.
gosh.
Yeah, they were.
And now we got some new dishes coming. We've got English-style fish and chips, or as you would say here, fish and fries, because we are two countries divided by a common language. And then we have now started to make pot pie. We're making turkey pot pie at the moment. And there's new dishes coming along all the time. We have a new menu coming out, which we hope to launch on the 13th when you guys are back at the deli.
Nice.
And we're going to launch a a selection of food from around the world.
Food from around the world.
Wow.
And you're open for dinner now till 7:30.
Wow.
We are indeed, yes. And that's picking up nicely. So people want to come in and eat, fine. You can phone. You can make a reservation if you want. And that's that's how we're doing it now.
Fish and chips is my daughter's favorite. She has not had good fish and chips since she studied abroad, so I told her she's so excited we'll have to come in for dinner. I saw someone yesterday had a pastrami sandwich for breakfast. Did you see that?
A pastrami sandwich for breakfast?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's all protein.
That's what I eat for breakfast.
But you don't eat the bread, Freddie. You just eat the pastrami.
I know. The Freddie plate don't got no bread.
And we're going to be back at My Delicious Deli on remote on June 13th from 12 to 2.
Now, we have some other stuff that we're going to be trying. Hopefully on the 6th, the day that we want to
We're going to talk to Barry about doing a mini show, a mini video show. Giovanni will be in there, and instead of you just calling us, we're going to be able to see you on video as well for our social media people.
That's right.
So we used that platform yesterday, which will be fantastic. Roving Geo.
Roving Geo.
Where is Geo going? We need to come up with a G. A roving Geo.
Roving Geo. We're going to invite down for a lunch and learn type of deal where maybe a corporation can come down and take advantage of the fact that you're going to be on the air with us. And it's a mini preview to the 13th. So
excellent.
We'll let people know about that. And Barry, the other thing I wanted to tell you is you have an empty store next to you. I think what we'll do is we will ask the landlord to rent out that place on the 13th.
What are you going to rent it for?
Because we're going to fill
Green
the place up.
Big green room.
A big green room.
No, what we're going to do is we're going to put some speakers in the next room with a TV, and they can watch.
Oh, you are so Puerto Rican. I love you. You are so Puerto Rican.
In the room next door.
In the room next. That's what we're going to call it. Is the room next door.
Because I think we're going to sell you out again. There won't be no room, and I don't want people standing. The last time we did this on Wednesday, I felt horrible, but people were standing at the door. They could not find a place to sit.
The room next door. But Barry also has an outdoor patio.
That was packed
you can bring your pets. The patio was packed.
It was packed.
Fans.
Got to find more room.
Everything's
It's
delicious.
the power of you.
We could do it on the patio, but then, of course, if the weather's going to be really hot, people won't want to stand out there.
We'll bring them inside.
No, we had to get those fans that shoot out water. What do they call that? The mist spray.
Misters.
Mist spray.
A
Not
mist
a
spray
mistress.
fan.
Oh, a mister.
Yeah.
Misters.
Mister.
We're going to be at My Delicious Deli tomorrow to go check in on Barry, see what's happening, try some fish and chips.
And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow afternoon.
Thanks, Barry. 7036.
My pleasure.
West
My
Palmetto
pleasure.
Park
Thank
Road.
you.
Thanks, Barry.
Thanks,
From the
Barry.
Garden Shops.
Okay.
It is in the
Bye.
southwest corner of Palmetto Park and Powerline Road in Boca Raton, across the parking lot from Publix. You cannot miss it, My Delicious Deli. There is a huge Brooklyn Cafe, My Delicious Deli, as seen on the Brooklyn Cafe window.
Banner.
A whole banner, a whole window.
And it's not a restaurant.
It is a destination.
It's so cool. Do you know?
Not a deli, but a destination.
Do you know what we should do?
What?
We should sell the wand at My Delicious Deli. In other words, you come in and you say, the
I want a
Brooklyn
wish
Cafe,
wand?
and you get a wand, and maybe you get a free appetizer or a
We
free
should
dessert.
make mini wands that they put in the spear as a sandwich. You know what I mean? Instead of the toothpick, it's a little mini wand.
Ooh, the Brooklyn
I
Cafe
have to
sandwich.
say, I
Mini
never
wand.
thought that when I started working here, we would actually be talking about wands on set
Hey,
for
Dawn,
real.
that
Not
is-
even like in jest.
That is genius. A mini wand sandwich. You get a Brooklyn Cafe sandwich and you get a mini wand.
That's the segment, Genius Geo. How do you like that? I needed a G.
There you go.
And back to Stephanie's point of the wish, the dollar for a wish. Do you remember when I talked about, and we talk about it here, filling our bucket of happiness?
You
And
want to
I
have
said
a bucket
to you, I
of
want a bucket for the summer. You know, like a sand pail.
Yeah.
But I couldn't figure out what to do with it.
Now you got it.
Now we got it.
There you
Everyone who
go.
comes on
So-
set puts a wish.
Yeah.
So let's set
And
up
we pick a wish.
We'll set up a bucket and put $1 in the bucket for a wish. Yes, is that the way it works? And then at the end of the, I don't know, whenever you want,
Pick
we'll
it.
donate a charity. Give it to 'em.
A
Yeah.
dollar for a wish.
So each person who comes on the show can write a charity that they want to donate to and why. And then you can, at the end of the summer, pick it out.
Oh, I see. So we put the $1 and a piece of paper, and we have to pick it out. At
Correct. At the end.
The end? That's kind of cool.
I think that's what we do.
And why don't we get One Hope involved? Why don't we get all these organizations? This lady has brought in people with jewelry and shoes and clothes, and everybody is hooking up
There you
towards
go.
a charity. We better get a big bucket.
That's it. That was my vision for the summer, was to get a summer bucket,
Yeah.
Put it in
a
the
beach
sunroof
pail.
of the limo.
a beach pail, and really figure out what to do with it. And now we know. It's going to be a wish bucket.
And we
There
take
you
it
go.
on. We take it on tour with us.
The bucket.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a tip bucket. It's a wish bucket.
I swear to.
And people can sign it. There's your T-shirt that you want people to sign. They can sign the bucket.
There you go.
Dun,
Wish,
dun, dun.
Wish Studios continue.
Dana, that's interesting, but I don't see how you're going to get 1,000 signatures on a bucket.
They'll make it
inside
fit.
No, on the T-shirt. Didn't you say a
But
T-shirt?
he wants he wants his T-shirt, and he wants people to sign T-shirts. Do you know we have here in promotions, we have this surfboard, and every
Oh, that's
artist
cool.
that has ever performed here from I don't know what year has signed it.
A surfboard.
There's no room on there. There's no room left, but people find a place to sign.
You see, that's what I've been talking about.
I wanna see the
I don't want a
surfboard.
surfboard.
I'll take you there.
I want to see it.
I don't want a surfboard, but that's what that stuff sells.
Yep.
So I'm going to have My Delicious Deli have something of ours that people can sign.
The bucket.
I know somebody who does a plate already. I know a guy who has a library of plates.
Better yet, get one of those really, really, really big checks or
big check.
dollars. Just listen. Go with me on this, okay? Big checks, the cardboard ones.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when you are going to make that donation, it's not just you giving the donation, it's everyone who has been part of it. So everyone who comes signs on this big check. So that way it's a collaborative effort. It's all about the community and the heart.
I'll make you a deal.
I'll make you a deal.
I'll make you a deal, Dana.
I'll make you.
You want to hold that deal?
No, hold on. I'll do that.
Watch it.
If-
She's from Philly.
If
Watch
you're
it.
if you're here to give the check away, how's that?
Done. That's the deal? Okay.
We'll see.
We're going to go back to break. Freddie, we need to take a break. When we come back,
What break is this?
we're
number
talking
3?
about whatever's on the 40. Well, we're going to talk about filling our bucket of happiness with wishes. $1 a wish goes back to charity at the end of the summer. There you go. We'll be right back.
So I'm running faster. Picture perfect doesn't last. That's not what I'm after. I can make this easy, baby. Just believe in me and maybe you'll be the lightning to my thunder. 'Cause you know the only thing I wonder. Late at night, you hold me so near.
The home of the Rainbow Bagel, My Delicious Deli brings you home cooking with a Remember When deli dining experience. Located in central Boca Raton, My Delicious Deli prepares all of their food with the freshest of ingredients, cooked to order. From a light nosh and soups to omelets and full entrees, choose from low-fat and gluten-free, or indulge in one of My Delicious Deli's signature deli sandwiches. Bring your family and friends to dine in and take out. Open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to go, or for all of your catering needs. Visit them at mydeliciousdeli.com or call them at 561-393-3287. There's something for everyone at My Delicious Deli, 7036 West Palmetto Road in Boca Raton, 561-393-3287.
Maria Stefania of MakeOverBeauty.com and her trusted team of hair and makeup artists can get you ready for any special occasion or event. From weddings, parties, and anniversaries to proms or fashion shows, Maria Stefania and her staff can satisfy all your beauty needs. The Makeover Beauty staff of licensed hairdressers, certified artists, and high-quality production will give you the highest quality experience with affordable pricing. Maria Stefania is a Matrix brand ambassador and color educator for salons and stylists from Florida to New Jersey. Follow at Makeover Beauty, spelled B-E-A-U-T-I, on Facebook to see before and after client images. Connect with Maria Stefania at 201-647-8289. Enjoy a one-stop shop full makeover. Inquiries are welcome at Makeover Beauty, one word, spelled with an I.com. That's makeoverbeauty.com.
Rochelle Schwartz is a certified emotional relationship coach who's been trained and certified by the world-renowned Ford Institute and has been facilitating coaching workshops for 17 years. She specifically works with women in their 50s and beyond who are ready for radical self-care, powerful and loving relationships, including relationships with themselves and others. Certified in Healing Your Heart, Future Focused, Courage, Blueprint, and Best Year of Your Life. An integrative leader, Rochelle has also been featured on The Oprah Winfrey Show and in numerous magazines, newspapers, and other local TV shows. You'll walk away with more happiness, freedom, and love. Rochelle is your secret agent of change. Contact her directly at coachrochelle@comcast.net or online at www.rochelleschwartz.com. Or you can call her at 954-464-7017. That's 954-464-7017. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. You can find us live streaming on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe and on Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe. We are finishing the end of our second hour of our extended lunch.
Actually, I have 2 TV on Periscope.
And AMP2 TV on Periscope. And, instead of?
At AMP2 TV.
At AMP2 TV on Periscope. I did, but then I thought we changed it.
No. We can.
Just let me know where we are so I know where everyone can find us.
We have Giovanni on the set. I got rid of him because he's driving me crazy over here.
This chair is so much better.
We've got Giovanni
This
on
chair
the set.
we gotta throw away.
We've got Stephanie Gross from Move Through Yoga. We're talking about filling a bucket of wishes. Barry from My Delicious Deli called in.
Yes.
And we're going to be there on the 13th. We're going to have a whole nother live remote there. And they're launching food from around the world. They've got fish and chips, and they're open for dinner. You can call them actually for reservations. 561-393-3287.
And if you're going to come out to the event on the 13th, come early, because I'm going to tell you, if you just can't hang, you got to sort of be part of the show.
No loitering.
No loitering.
No loitering, because what happens is people go and they just hang out. And
Because
You
it's
have
such
to
a great
eat something.
place to
It's a
hang.
restaurant.
I know, it's a restaurant. The
Gotta
venue is
eat.
about hanging out and eating.
I'll be the bad guy. I'll just get out.
You got to tell people to get out?
I'll tell people to get out. Order something and get out. You can go in the waiting room.
Okay, so we have to bring security. Security. Security.
We're
That's
going
why
to
you
bring
have
in
the
your
green
friend.
room.
We're going to
Yeah,
bring Brian
Bryant.
McKinney.
Bryant.
Oh my gosh. He's going to
the
join us one of
best.
these days. How tall is he?
He's 6'7".
Yeah.
He's pretty
Big guy.
He's okay.
But he's the sweetest. He's just the best.
Gentle giant.
I will never forget the first time I introduced him to my mother and my father. So you have my mom who's like 5'4", 5'5", and 6'7", Brian McKinney, and he like picked my mom up. He's just such a great guy.
Oh my
So
gosh.
all heart, all
Imagine
heart.
him sitting next to me on set.
Well, the funny thing is, I had a story to share with him. When Giovanni was a puppy, not 8 years old, 9 years old.
Now I'm a dog.
Now you're a big dog.
Now I'm a dog.
I coached his football team
Okay.
in regular tackle football, and one of the fathers played for the Minnesota Vikings, and I want to ask McKenny if he knew him, because they were around the same age. And he came up to me and he says, "You are the worst coach I've ever seen in the history of mankind." And I said, "I'm sorry." He said, "Who are you?" And he tells me who he is, and he played for the
Right.
Vikings. He was a lineman in the whole nine. And I said to him, "If by end of the year, we don't make it to the championship game, then you can get your money back from me." That's what I told him. And that's the year we went and played in the championship game.
That's great.
And he came up to me and says, "I was so wrong about everything I said
Aw.
about you." It's a true story about, remember the championship game with the Eagles?
When you were a puppy? That's very cute.
She was a tight end in that
Wait,
in
so
that
the
series.
Eagles won
I
a
was safety.
championship?
They beat us.
I was
Oh,
safety.
the
No, you were tight
Safety.
end
was
and safety. But he
was
beat us. Gio was the only guy that if I said, "Go and tackle this guy," and he's like 14 feet taller than him,
Yeah.
Gio would just run into him. He didn't care. He didn't care.
Full force. Just
He didn't care. I had to carry him
with,
off the
with
field
all
and
60
everything else.
pounds of me.
Yeah, I mean, he was a thin string bean. And his brother was a coach on that team. And he used to tell Gio, "You just got to go at him." And they used to carry him and his brother off the field all the time.
Aww.
They got run over like trucks.
It's very cute.
Well, I had a story for the gentleman who did not show up.
You always
We'll
have a
get him
story.
back.
Brian, you'll get him back for
We'll
sure.
get Brian back on.
For sure.
Let's talk about Move Through Yoga.
Yes.
Let's not talk about moving to Denver, but
Moving to where?
yeah, exactly.
Move through Denver.
Move to Denver.
What is your vision? If you could make a wish of Move Through Yoga, because now I can grant wishes, wish wisely, what would it be?
My wish for Move Through Yoga would be to Isn't it funny how you always close your eyes when the most beautiful, heartfelt things come out of your mouth? So my wish would be to see the Move Through Yoga program in every high school nationwide.
Nice wish. And what would that program include? So people who weren't listening to us last week when you were on, explain your program. I know Rebecca was here, and I need to reconnect with those girls. Someone told me, a little birdie told me, that you have saved so many lives with this program.
Thank you.
You have saved their hearts, you have saved their lives, you have saved their families with what you have done. And it's so much more than yoga. So give us some, can you encompass what you do?
Sure, yeah. So what we do with Move Through Yoga is we implement a comprehensive health and wellness curriculum in the school that fits your students' needs as well as your faculty's needs to mitigate stress and to heighten acuity, which ultimately increases test scores, lessens bullying, increases school community. Really, it's a paradigm shaker that shifts the way that we educate, and we look at the student holistically.
And it seems as if you shift confidence. You raise their confidence.
We do.
You make them say, I can get through this. I don't need to skirt around it. I can get through this.
Exactly.
And we work with a life coach, Sonia Hankin, who works with confidence and finding your inner confidence and going in faith. And she works through dance and a journey dance movement. And maybe it's just finding your center, finding your safe, your place, your space.
Precisely.
I'm little and I need a lot of space. Do you see all the space I need? But wherever I go, I take up a lot of space for a little person.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, though, you take up a lot of space because you have a wherewithal of who you are confidently, right? And that's what we're trying to instill in these students, that you don't need to necessarily be best friends with everyone if you aren't best friends for yourself and with yourself. You need to create a commitment to yourself, for yourself, by yourself, in order to pioneer through the rest of your life.
Now, doesn't confidence work in two different ways? I mean, you have outward confidence, right, where you want to say, I am here.
Sure.
And then you have a different type of confidence where you can expose other people to do greatness, and you just have to plug them in the right place. If you coach a football team, not everybody can play quarterback. Right? You have to find the right individual for that position.
Not everybody wants to play quarterback.
Well, not everybody wants, but if you can have people have confidence, not so much about saying, hey, look at me, I can roar. Maybe it's about, hey, look at you, you can roar, let me help you do that. Isn't that confidence too?
Yes.
Set you up. Yeah, come on.
I wish I could turn the camera, everyone. So that way I could turn it right back on.
That was easy.
Yes.
He's good at that.
Thank you for my daily words of encouragement.
I call them dadisms.
Yeah,
exactly. Sometimes he says some great things, and sometimes I'm like, okay, Dad, go back to the home.
Dadisms.
Dadism.
Actually, I have someone else that I want you guys to meet. Her name is Christine Lewis. She is phenomenal. She does spoken word yoga, and basically it is the most powerful, calming, relaxing yoga you will ever. It's restorative, but what's cool is you can sign up for her daily Christine Yoga text messages where she inspires and empowers you to be at.
She does it verbally?
She does it verbally, and she does it through text message or through a link, and it's profound. It's awesome.
You do it physically? You do the yoga stuff physically, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we combine?
Well, she does too. Do you know Christine Lewis?
No, but I don't think he understands what
I do.
Yoga means you have to do it physically.
No, I understand it, but there is physical and then there's physical. Sometimes you can be less physical, like the monks. They do yoga.
Yes,
but they
it's
exercise
a spirit.
the mind.
Mm-hmm.
I know some things.
Okay.
So I'm thinking here Denver can put together physical, mental, and spiritual. The 3 S's.
Denver. What I really love about Stephanie's program, because again, I go back to PE. I was never athletic, so for me, PE was a chore.
I can't believe you were never athletic.
Her program counts as a PE credit in high school. So for those kids that don't want to do PE, but you have to because it's a requirement, and it should be. The fact that the Palm Beach County school system sees the need, and they've outreached and said, yes, yoga, your mind, clarity, confidence counts as a PE credit through Hope is amazing. We need to get this into all the schools. It's at Boca High now. But unbelievable option for these kids that feel ostracized, that feel different, that feel that they're not a jock, but yet they need to exercise, and what you've done for their minds and their hearts, and give them the confidence that they matter and they belong. That, to me, you cannot leave. You can't go to Denver. We need this program in our schools.
Where does funding for schools come from?
The
County,
government.
the governor.
The who?
The government.
The government?
County government.
Is it the governor? The
County government.
County, state.
It's county by
the
county.
funding.
There's some
It's
state
county by
funding.
county, but who funds it? Isn't it come from Orlando? Doesn't it come from
Tallahassee,
Tallahassee?
It
our
comes
budget.
state government.
All right, so if we go to Tallahassee, what is that?
4 minutes.
Jeez. If we go to Tallahassee and state our case,
Well, you can't go to Tallahassee. You got to start at the county level. Then you got to go up. You got to go up through the bureaucracy.
Yeah, but I know somebody up in Tallahassee.
There's a lot of red tape.
It's gonna filter down anyway. But if you don't
You
make
can't.
enough
You
noise-
can't jump the shark and go to the boss's
Well, as
boss
you say, the
because
bottom
that boss
line
isn't
is-
online yet.
It's only money. We need to get this program into the schools. Somehow, some way, these kids need it. And it's bigger than money. There are things that are bigger than money. It's saving lives. It's giving them an option.
It might
It's
even
giving them
save money.
confidence. It may save money, but it's giving them hope. It's giving them an outlet. It's making kids more productive. It's getting them
It
to
is.
apply for college. It's
It
getting
is.
them through high school. It's helping with bullying. I can go on and on all day.
I would love nothing more than to work with a university as well. Wishwand, please.
Wishwand.
I would love to work with a university. I was supposed to work with a Florida university, private university. Unfortunately, things fell through last minute, but basically I would love to have a university stand behind and measure the quantitative and qualitative effects of the Move Through Yoga curriculum, and that we have already measured, and I think having that seal of approval would also be able to transcend some of the red tape.
So tell me about Denver. Denver is willing to put this on the map. Tell me.
There are some private schools in Denver that
Well, the private
are,
schools everywhere.
Well, there are some private schools in Denver that are open to it, and some
The private schools here don't like the idea. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just saying that
You reached out to them.
I reached out to them and they were responsive right away.
In Denver?
In Denver.
But not in Florida. I'm gonna tell you,
We're
this is
gonna
a
reach the
wacky
right
person.
This is a wacky state. This has got to be the most wackiest state I've ever. And I have other words to use.
You
but I'm
know what?
using
It's
wacky.
just red tape. We just got to get through the bureaucracy of what
So
it
let's
is.
buy some blue tape. I don't get that.
Perfect. And for people to
How about
see
no tape?
the benefits, no tape. I don't believe in tape.
Clear tape. I mean, what?
Other than
What
fashion
is it
tape,
with this tape?
other than fashion tape,
Yeah,
I don't
nothing.
go for a tape. And I don't even ask.
Gaffer's tape.
Don't even ask. But I think her program, I know her program is needed. It's imperative that we get this to the kids. And I even say younger than high school, the sooner the better we
yes,
get these kids
100%.
in.
But don't you know somebody in all the schools like ADL and stuff like that?
Yes, I'm going to
That's-
reach back
that's
out
what you
to
gotta reach
ADL.
out for. What are we
and
doing?
We're just going to reach back out to
You know
them.
what?
I
Why
think
don't we buy
this
a roll of
goes
red tape?
really, really well. As a college and career counselor now, I think this goes really, really well with the AVID program,
Yes.
and college preparation, managing and coping with stress throughout your high school matriculation all the way through college.
Oh my gosh! But it even goes beyond. Like, think of these kids.
Oh my
I told
God,
you the
I
story
know.
about these kids in art, and kids are bullied.
Exactly.
We only got a minute.
Oh my gosh, we got to go already.
Listen, why don't we buy a roll of red tape? And then that way we can
Bound.
let people visualize what the problem is.
There you go.
Who found her?
Yeah,
Just wrap it-
exactly.
Wrap it around you.
Put her in a closet. She missed the flight.
All right, here's our wish. Have a wonderful Thursday.
Aw.
We will see you tomorrow, same time, different place. We are on remote at Custom Fitness Institute in Pompano with Bobby Jackson in the house, and we're having a Zumba show. We'll see you tomorrow. Be kind to each other.
Don't be late.
Wish wisely.
Well, that's about it for today. And even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe to rewatch every minute of the show. Call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddie S. after closing, or to leave an order for fun for tomorrow. Have a meaningful day.
WBZT West Palm.